process. You keep talking about the judiciary. We have a due process, and it was not followed. And the Supreme Court ruled that he needed to come back.
Okay.
So Trump said, nope, I'm not going to do that.
So
why do we even have a Supreme Court if they're not going to follow the ruling of the Supreme Court? Why are we not going, why do we have a Supreme Court if they're not going to follow, if the President of the United States does not have to follow what the Supreme Court says?
9-0.
And that gentleman, that's exactly what he's asking you. If they don't have to follow the Supreme Court ruling,
Exactly.
why do we even have one at this point?
you're looking at part of the Supreme Court decision, so let me give you the rest of the Supreme Court decision. The Supreme Court said, like you said, the president ought to make a good faith effort to get this person returned. But it also said to the district judge that you should be careful that you don't interfere with the constitutional responsibilities of the federal government to conduct our foreign affairs, which is totally within the executive branch of government.
So you're okay with this guy being there?
Where is the money coming from?
Who, sir, back there?
President Trump sat side by side with the president of El Salvador, I believe last week. Didn't mention this man. Can you justify that?
Yeah, that's right, and he shouldn't have said it. He shouldn't have said it.
Shouldn't have said what?
That just makes his case worse for him.
What?
Hold on. That didn't answer
Sorry, I
that
got
question.
the floor now, excuse me.
What?
Thank you, Senator Grassley, for coming. I'm sorry you've gotten all the grief you've gotten this morning. As you can tell, we're Democrats and Republicans. I know, but thank you. And if these people would listen to something besides regular news, they would hear I know. But they need to listen to alternative news because that man. What's the alternative news? That man. Shut up. You shut up. It's my floor. He called on me. You shut up. So anyway, that man is a criminal. The news has portrayed him as not being a criminal. And I've had enough. He had tattoos on his body.
I've got one.
Lady, you don't know what a tattoo is.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Shut up! Sit down!
No, I don't have to sit down. He called on me. You shut up and you sit down. They have tattoos specific to the gang. This was not just something that they did. They did it to rile you guys up is what it did. And it did. But thank you. A lot of what was said this morning, I'm sorry that you got the grief you got because you didn't have to take what they gave you this morning. These people need to the mainstream media. And I think those is doing a good job. See, I can talk, but you think that only you can talk. I've had enough of you Democrats.
We've had enough. Come on!
I'm sorry. That one man is not the only one down there. There's hundreds of people they've taken down there, and they don't know how many of them are guilty, and even if they are. How is that different than Auschwitz? How is that different?
So, I want to answer that question.
And as far as the media goes, you notice Trump doesn't let any media in that criticizes him. He doesn't let My God, what if Biden had done that? He didn't ostracize them from the press pool. I can't believe what my country is becoming.
Well, I think it's pretty clear that's what's been brought up about Garcia, and she brought up about just many, many other people, that this wouldn't even be an issue if Biden had enforced the law.